Easy Work Boxing. I'm about to hit you everywhere but under your feet with this one. Please like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Hey man, we're gonna go in. We're gonna talk about just boxing, upcoming fights, fantasy fights, whatever fights you like. We're gonna talk about boxing news. We're gonna talk about a lot of stuff tonight. You know how we do it. I'd like to thank the person who's on right now. Um, there's one particular fight I want to talk about first, and I'm gonna wait for some more people to come on. I'm gonna talk about. I still haven't seen the highlights of Zapata versus Richard Richardson Hitchens. I haven't seen that. I'm ready to see that very much. What's up, man? Well, how you doing, Chris G? Zane got it done. Yes, sir. Zane got it done. We even hearing now that Zane is calling out Tyson Fury, say he wants to smoke with the big man. You know, I don't know what's going on with Tyson Fury, man. I'm a fan of Tyson Fury. But he chasing the money. But I wish he was chasing the honey. You understand? I wish he was going after all them belts. Going out there fighting. Use it. But Zane calling him out right now. That's an easier fight for him possibly to make because he won't be chasing Usyk or having to deal with whatever situations that him and Usyk are having. So I would love to see that fight, but I know that due to the politics, which I don't like to talk about the politics of boxing, that's what everybody else talk about. That we probably ain't gonna get to see that fight with Usyk too soon. And why I don't know because I feel like Tyson Fury will destroy Usyk, but whatever reason, money reasons, Tyson Fury is saying that Usyk can't sell the fight because he don't talk English, this, that, and other. I don't understand it, but I think people would pay more money to see him versus Usyk than they would pay to see him and it's a Ngannou guy, from the UFC, MMA, whatever he from. I think people would pay hella top dollar to see an undisputed heavyweight championship. But the first fight I gotta talk about tonight, y'all. So many fouls with Richardson and Zapata, boring and ugly fight. But Richardson did his thing for the most part. Yeah, I keep hearing he was boring. There's something about these new fighters, that they gotta come out there, they ain't Tank. Tank go out there and regardless of who Tank fighting, I know y'all know I criticize the hell out of Tank. Tank gonna go out there and knock you out. Tank gonna go out there and make something happen. And that's why people love to come see Tank. I'm not a Tank hater, y'all. But these guys ain't got that killer instinct. They ain't got that I'm willing to go out there and do whatever's necessary to keep putting people in the seat. And one of my subscribers said that the other night, and I kind of feel what you're saying now that they mentioned that, a lot of these fighters ain't willing to go out there and knock out a lot of these fighters and put themselves, take a risk to knock people out. And that's what makes you sell. Ain't nothing worse than being called a boring fighter. Whether it's true or not, once it's being put out there and you don't have how can I say this? You don't have a persona or you don't have a character like Floyd Mayweather did. Floyd Mayweather was accused of being boring. But Floyd Mayweather's character, Money Mayweather, made people hate him. So when people hated him, they didn't care if he was boring or not. I want to see this boring fighter lose. But a lot of these fighters don't even have the persona. They trying in certain ways to be a Floyd Mayweather, but there can never be a Floyd Mayweather in his character, Money Mayweather. You see a lot of fighters come on, they flashing the jewelry, they flashing this and that. They trying to make themselves, noticeable or hateable fighters. But once it's already been did, it's like a cliche. People feel like you copycat. You know what I'm saying? That's just like with me and Keith Thurman and Blair Cobbs. I feel that Blair Cobbs is a copycat of Keith Thurman. A lot of people might not agree with that, but I like Blair Cobbs as a fighter. Nothing against him. Keith Thurman is my favorite fighter, but I feel that Blair Cobbs is a copycat of Keith Thurman. With the woo and all that, and he a decent fighter, man, but these guys are not going out there doing what Tank is doing. And y'all know I go in on Mr. Rehydration Clause. I go in on him, but Tank out there knocking people out. These dudes out there talking about, and Shakur Stevenson included, oh, I felt this power. I didn't want to rush in on him. I didn't want to do this and that. We ain't never heard that from Tank. You see what I'm saying? We have never heard that from Gervonta Davis. You know, when Tank go in there, he gonna knock you out. You know, with these fighters, I gotta say it about Shakur. I gotta say it about Richard. I gotta say it about Devin Haney. When they get in there with a hard-hitting puncher, the first thing they want to talk about is, oh, I felt this power and I didn't want to go out there and put myself in danger. Well, you need to put yourself in danger to get them ticket sales up. You need to put yourself in danger to get them pay-per-view numbers up. Because don't nobody want to watch no boring fighter that they don't hate. Nobody wants to watch a boring fighter that they don't hate. Floyd got it like that because people really wanted to see Floyd lose. And he was considered so-called a boring fighter with no power, couldn't punch through a wet paper bag. But people wanted to see him lose. Now, the first fight that I told y'all I got to talk about, shout out to my boy. Well, he ain't my boy. I don't hang around him. But, Adrian Broner. We've been seeing a lot of stuff on Adrian Broner. He's supposed to be going vegan, even though we just seen him at McDonald's pulling up to a fast food restaurant. He's supposed to be fighting a guy named Chris Howard. Now, I respect him doing business with Don King. Don King gonna, make it do what it do. But at the same time, Adrian, if you gonna come back, bro, you can't be going to McDonald's. You got to get out there and fight somebody with a name, bro. We don't even, who is Chris Howard? Who is Chris Howard? He sound like he worked for Aflac. He sound like he worked for Kmart or something, a manager at Kmart. Who is Chris Howard, Adrian Broner? Now, I know Don King, he gonna bring you back up, build you up, probably get you some confidence fights, but we need a name, AB. We need a name, AB. I love you. I respect you. I respect all fighters going in there risking their lives, man, to give us entertainment. But Chris Howard, who in the hell is Chris Howard? Come on, AB. How you gonna get to a championship again at 140 and you just fought a dude? What? I can't remember his name. AB. And now you finna fight another dude named Chris Howard? Come on now. Don't go crying about no money when Don King burned you now. Because you ain't gave him nothing to make no money off of now. But, respect to Adrian Broner, respect to Chris Howard, whoever he is. Whoever he is. But AB got to step his game up, man. AB got to step his game up. Not to knock him. I told you I respect the hell out of Adrian Broner for what he went and did for, his friends, Rashid Warren and Bunny, Robert Easter Jr. Went back and made them dudes champions. And brought them in the game in the sport of boxing. So I respect the hell out of Adrian Broner, at times. Sometimes Adrian Broner be doing a lot of little, whole shit, in my opinion, when I seen lately. But I'm just being real about that. Now we got a fight I didn't also know about, Jack Catterall versus George Linares. I'm wondering, why didn't Josh Taylor ever rematch Jack Catterall? He basically showed the public that he did not beat Jack Catterall. Because, we've seen fights, where fighters get in the ring with certain fighters. We even seen that with Floyd Mayweather versus Oscar De La Hoya. Where, it was a close fight and people assumed that one fighter won and then you don't give them a rematch. Now, a lot of people may say, well, what about the Tank and Isaac Cruz fight? Tank had an injured hand in that fight, and Isaac Cruz still couldn't win. So when Tank was like, he deserves a rematch, and he said, hell no, that's why he said hell no. Tank hand was literally hurt that entire fight. Y'all know how I am about Tank. There's a rehydration clause. I don't show him no love like that. I just tell the truth, though. That man's hand was hurt. Isaac Cruz does not deserve a rematch. He does not deserve a rematch. I'm just telling you the truth. But, you have to go back to the, with Catterall and Josh Taylor. Josh Taylor was supposed to give the man a rematch. But he clearly proved to the public that he felt like himself that he couldn't do nothing with Jack Catterall. Which I told y'all, with Josh Taylor, a jab stops Josh Taylor. I watched the fight between him and Jose Ramirez. Jose Ramirez won 3 phone. Don't do that to me. Don't do that, phone. Jose Ramirez won 3 rounds straight using his jab. I think it was the 3rd, 4th, and 5th something in them rounds. After he stopped using that, Josh Taylor took off and beat Jose Ramirez. Okay? but he should have rematched Jack Catterall. But George Linares, he's still in the game, man. He coming back. He wanted to fight Riley Romero. I don't know what's going on with Riley, holding up on that title. The WBA told Riley, we need to see some paperwork on his injury. I don't know if he must have showed it to him because he's supposed to be stripped by now. Riley's supposed to be walking around beltless. He's supposed to be holding his pants up right now, unless he done sent, information showing them that he has really had an injury. But let y'all know, Jack Catterall versus George Linares will be Saturday, October the 21st. We got to remember that Tim Tszyu versus Brian Mendoza. To this day, I still haven't checked out Brian Mendoza and seen what type of fighter he was. But I'm still mad at Tim Tszyu for not waiting for after this fight with Charlo and Canelo. You could have possibly been undisputed if you just would have waited. But I told y'all the WBO is so scandalous that they bought that title shot against Charlo because Charlo had only been off for a month and a half, and they mandated that he fight Tim Tszyu. It's some money involved in there. And the WBO is scandalous as hell. Go check out the WBO documentary. It's a family, an uncle and a nephew or something like that. Uncle, son, uncle, nephew. And the uncle was caught taking money. So somebody then slid the WBO some money and told them, we want to mandate Charlo versus Tim Tszyu. When in fact, Fundora, because Erickson Lubin had kept climbing up, taking title eliminators. When he lost to Fundora, that was supposed to give Fundora the spot to fight Jamal Charlo. Then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, Tim Tszyu get the title shot. But another fighter I haven't really checked out, Janibek. And this is a fighter who, even though I don't know him, I can't. I have to say I respect him because one of my favorite fighters, Demetrius Andrade, I wanted Demetrius Andrade to fight Janibek. I wanted him to fight him. He was hot at the time a couple of years ago before Demetrius Andrade moved up to 168. And I was like, this is a fight that he needs to put a spark up on him. And the next thing I know, and y'all know I'm a fan of Demetrius Andrade. Demetrius Andrade moved up out the blue. I felt like he should have took that fight because this guy's name was mentioned a lot, Janibek, and beating Janibek would have put some steam, some fire up under his name, and ain't no telling what we would have been seeing by now. But hopefully he get the David Benavidez fight, which I don't know if it's official yet. I've seen, videos of David Benavidez in the gym. They saying he getting ready for, Demetrius Andrade, but I have yet, to hear that this fight is legit and it's gonna go down. They got Gilberto Ramirez versus Joe Smith. That's gonna happen on October the 7th. Joe Smith. That's gonna be Leigh Wood versus Josh Warrington is October the 7th. And y'all come in, y'all talk to me. We could talk about a lot more. And of course, we got Charlo versus Canelo on September the 30th. Y'all already know how I feel about that fight. I don't think Charlo is gonna be able to do nothing with Canelo in that fight. I don't think he's gonna be able to do nothing. I respect Charlo, but y'all got to remember Charlo is moving up 2 weight classes, to fight Canelo Alvarez. One thing I don't like and respect is that no boxing channels, no real boxing, experts, nobody is criticizing the fact that Canelo Alvarez is fighting a fighter 2 divisions lower than him. And to bring up a fun fact, remember when Errol Spence fought Mikey Garcia? He was criticized because of the fact that he chose to fight Mikey Garcia 2 divisions lower than him. But when it comes to the Canelo, I'm just saying, y'all, just peep this out now. I'm just telling you. Why has nobody criticized Canelo yet and said, this man is fighting somebody 2 divisions smaller than him when he should be fighting David Benavidez? Ain't nobody said that. Oh, this undisputed for undisputed. Oh, Charlo is a hell of a fighter. Yes, indeed, Charlo is a hell of a fighter. But nobody has really recognized the fact that this man chose to fight a fighter that had to move up 2 weight classes. He's got no criticism from it. So that show you the politics of boxing, like we be talking about, where people always tell me, you know, on channel when we can't see no good fights we want to see. Now, respect to Canelo Alvarez. Could, like a lot of fighters say, Floyd Mayweather and others say in the sport of boxing, hey, Canelo has made it to where he can pick and choose. I feel like when you have made it to where you can pick and choose, you should no longer fight. Because boxing fans are not here to see you pick and choose. We're not here. People are not trying to pay their hard-earned dollars for you to go out of your garden and pick cherries. That's unfair to the public. I understand it's a hurt sport. Nobody wants to see these men retired. You know, can't talk and can't be around their children, can't lift their children up. But what I'm saying is, just because you have done what you're supposed to do as a fighter, that don't mean when you get to the top dollars, oh, you have a right to go and say, I want to fight him. I want to fight him. No, I don't want to fight him. I want to fight him. No, if you start feeling like that, then it's time for you to leave. Canelo, after this Charlo fight, if you don't want to fight David Benavidez, Demetrius Andrade, David Morrell, anybody at 168, real caliber fighters, then hang them gloves up. Hang them up. Even though I think he's going to beat Charlo. But if you feel like you don't want to go out there, Canelo with 57 and like 3, he damn near done fought 60 fights. You ain't missing no money. But if you ain't gonna entertain the fans, the biggest thing is entertaining us, y'all. Entertaining us. People paying top dollar, people going to them fights, people flying out to Las Vegas. Don't nobody want to go out there and keep seeing no lackluster opponents. Y'all hit that like button if you're watching. Please hit that like button. Salute to you, Jay. What's up with you? Keep the same energy of Crawford. If Crawford if he gets the chance. What you mean by that, Jay? If Crawford gets a chance, you talking about the weight? I still haven't heard a video yet or nothing of Crawford saying, which I watched the video when he was talking to the former fighter that he fought. He never stated that he was going to fight Errol Spence at 147. You know, but yet he's being criticized and talked about for it. And at the end of the day, whether he's being criticized and talked about it or not, it was in the contract that the winner of the fight he picks the winner. He picks the weight class. So whatever Crawford decides, people have to respect it. Let me ask y'all this, and it's just being real, y'all. Would you give an opponent a possibility or a chance to beat you if you had it? I mean, y'all acting like Errol Spence did not get demolished. Y'all act like he didn't get demolished. This will be their second time fighting. He destroyed Errol Spence. It ain't like him fighting at 147 like, oh, he just trying to go out there and beat the hell out of Errol Spence and get an advantage. He did it the first time when Errol Spence agreed to fight at 147. Maybe Terrence probably feeling like ain't nobody even respecting this. Maybe he feeling like Errol don't deserve a rematch. But he ain't said that. I'm sure Terrence Crawford is going to go through with that fight, whether it's at 147 or 154. He respects Errol Spence enough to give this man a chance to come back and redeem himself against him. He's already stated that. I respect Errol. With the hearsay or what fans say and what Steve So-Cold Nelson say, we got to hear it out the horse's mouth. We got to hear it out the horse's mouth. You know what I'm saying? Not the stablemate, not somebody who he hang with. When Terrence said, then, you know, it's legit. Joshua Wilder should fight that Chinese dude. Yeah. They should. I like that. I agree with you on that. Zane calling out Tyson Fury, please. Tyson Fury right now acting like he don't even want to fight for 3 more titles. So Tyson Fury is not going to step down from making them big paydays and fighting no Zane. He talking about fighting John Jones next, which I don't know if John Jones will agree to nothing like that. But Zane, good win. You beat Joe Joyce twice. I want to see Zane versus Usyk. I love to see that, or versus Andy Ruiz, Deontay Wilder, Joshua. But, you know, now that you have mentioned that, you know, I would love to see Joshua Wilder. You know, he's a challenge, man. He's a challenge. Even though these guys are not stiff like Joe Joyce, these guys have better athleticism to me than Joe Joyce. It's still a good fight to see, and I would like to see that because Andy Ruiz and Deontay Wilder are not fighting. Anthony Joshua saying he want to go fight Daniel Dubois, but yet for years people have always been saying Deontay Wilder was ducking him. Deontay Wilder was ducking him. He done had 2 confidence fights. Robert Helenius, which they both beat Robert Helenius, which would make it better for them to even fight each other. He beat that other dude before Robert Helenius when he went over there and joined Derrick James. He had 2 confidence fights. Why not fight Wilder? You want to go and fight Daniel Dubois, who just lost to Usyk. For what? Why you want to fight a dude that lost to the same dude you did? What y'all gonna prove? That you was the best loser? Oh, I'm better than him. I was the better loser against Usyk. What the hell is that gonna prove? No, you need to go and fight Deontay Wilder. He needs to fight Deontay Wilder. Zane, Southpaw, you can see he got ring IQ and he's smart and intelligent. Because that punch that he called, he said he said Joe Joyce the hell up with that right hook. So yeah, I would love to see them fights right there, but as far as people screaming Tyson Fury, I don't know what's going on with my boy. Like I tell y'all, to me, Tyson Fury is the white Muhammad Ali. Very entertaining dude. Can sell anywhere. America, Saudi Arabia, Africa, it don't matter with Tyson Fury. He gonna sell out. People gonna come see him. It just shows everyone can be beat. I was caught on the hype train that Joe Joyce was the boogeyman. I was never caught on the hype train that he was the boogeyman. I was surprised when he beat Daniel Dubois. Because when I said, let me check out tape and highlights of Joe Joyce. And I said, they calling him the juggernaut? This dude stiff as hell. Joe Joyce looked like he ain't never picked up a basketball or a football a day in his life. No disrespect. I know some Joe Joyce fans out there. I'm not knocking them. Like he said, he gonna regroup. I hope he regroup, get a new trainer. He most definitely need a new trainer. But Joe Joyce look like he has never played throw him up, get tackled. He ain't never played 21 on the basketball court. He ain't never been on a basketball team, football. He has no athleticism, no speed, no nothing. Y'all hit that like button. If you're watching, please hit the like button. Man, I've been homeless almost 3 months. No more than a week. Most High is great. That's a blessing, bro. That's a blessing, bro. I done been there too. And I'm gonna pray for you, bro. I'm sorry to hear that, bro. But think that God is good, bro. Yeah, he's still slow, but when them bombs land, forget it. Oh yeah? When them bombs land with Joe Joyce, yeah, you know what I'm saying? But Joe Joyce need to be taught how to move and maneuver and land them bombs. Cause just coming forward and just no, Joe Joyce, you gotta do more than that, not knocking them. But Joe got to do more. Joe got to do more at the end of the day. Cause people saying Frank Warren said he need to retire. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's saying he need to retire. But at the end of the day, you can't tell a man, what's best for him and what he need to do. So, we respect to him. But he need a new team, man. He needs a whole new team. Cause that shouldn't be happening to him like that. See, I'm watching boxing scene right now. It say Frank Warren on Joe Joyce. He seriously needs to consider retirement. Not going to be an easy journey back. He needs some help. He needs some milk. He needs some milk. He needs some milk. I'm just reading y'all. Shields Charlo has to just not think about the judges. Oh yeah, we ain't thinking about the judges, about Canelo Alvarez and Charlo. They ain't gonna, man, Charlo is not walking away with no titles, y'all. Y'all gotta think about the chin of Canelo Alvarez. I keep telling y'all that about the chin of Canelo Alvarez. Y'all act like this is a regular dude out there that Charlo's finna go fight. Bivol couldn't knock out goddamn Canelo. Sergey Kovalev couldn't knock out Canelo. But y'all think somebody moving on up, y'all think Charlo finna just go out there and blast through Canelo Alvarez? Y'all are crazy. Y'all didn't think about the chin, and y'all also ain't think about the fact of them judges. Y'all ain't thinking about that. And Ruiz calls out Wilder, Joshua. Nobody wants to fight. I'm staying ready. But Wilder just asked you to get to a fight with him, and you said that they weren't offering you enough, which I respected because they wouldn't offer him enough. It should be 50-50. You know, Wilder done took a loss. Ruiz done took a loss. And Ruiz is the first Mexican heavyweight champion of the world, and he was a unified champion. Had more belts than Wilder. How that ain't a 50-50 fight? How that ain't a 50-50 fight? You know, I can understand in that. I don't consider that a duck. I consider that lack of respect when it comes to Deontay Wilder. I done had more belts than you. I don't care nothing about no pay-per-views. I don't care nothing about how many pay-per-views you done been on before me. I had more belts than you. I done made history too. I'm the first Mexican heavyweight champion of the world. And you gonna come to me and you gonna tell me some 70-30? Or less, or it ain't 50-50? Hell no. We ain't finna fight. That's only fair and right, y'all. This man he made history too. He made history too. Damn, it's cold when your own promoter saying you should retire. That's cold. Yeah. You know, they feel like that when they ain't winning, they ain't getting no money. They gonna lose more money on them. Go on, retire. You know, you ain't nothing but cattle to these people. You ain't nothing but a sheep to these boxing promoters. When you're done and dried up, they don't want you no more. Let me see what you say. Charlo got to use speed and output. Canelo only throws 2-3 punches at a time. You're right. Canelo only throws 2-3 punches at a time. You know, Charlo gonna have to be in the best shape of his life. Charlo's gonna have to box and move. He gonna have to, y'all. Because other than that, he stay in front of Canelo like he was doing with Rosario and many other fighters. It's over with. It's over with. He might not get a KO. He can beat him up and outbox Canelo. Why y'all be saying that he can beat him? Jay, do you realize, don't you remember that Charlo got outboxed by Tony Harrison? Tony Harrison. No disrespect to Tony Harrison. You know, shout out Detroit in the building. You understand me? Metro City. But hey, he got outboxed by Tony Harrison. Them skills ain't what you think they is. Charlo is powerful. Ring IQ, you know what I'm saying? I give him his respect. Charlo ain't an elite boxer. Remember David Jackson? John Jackson, the son of the former fighter, was beating him up until that knockout, was outboxing him. Charlo ain't a superb boxer. Charlo a brute counterpuncher. Can't even say counterpuncher, for real. No, he can't outbox Canelo, especially with all that weight. Maybe rough him up. Man, it ain't gonna be no roughing up no Canelo. Canelo been solid at 168. Canelo coming in to seek, kill, and destroy. Canelo ain't moving up. Canelo, his feet been set in cement at 168. That boy ain't got no worries. The only thing Canelo got to do is be in shape. Be in shape. That's all Canelo got to do. He got the advantage. Everybody want to talk about he bigger than Canelo. He this and that and Canelo. Yeah, that may be true, but that ain't got nothing to do with him running around and having to carry that weight for 36 minutes. Charlo gonna have to carry that same weight that he ain't used to boxing in for 36 minutes against somebody who gonna be trying to walk you down and knock your head off. See, y'all watching them highlights of him training, y'all like, oh, he look good. Y'all ain't seen no 36-minute highlight. You ain't seen no 36-minute highlight. Now, when you see that and he's still knocking people down, oh, okay then you think like that. Y'all don't see how fast they cut them videos off? That boy ain't used to fighting at that weight. What y'all think about Benavidez versus Andrade? Hold up, I gotta use the restroom. Benavidez versus Andrade. Talk to me. Now, I watched Caleb Plant versus Demetrius Andrade the other night. The other night. Caleb Plant is a skillful fighter too, and which made me worried for Demetrius Andrade. If Demetrius Andrade legs are gone at his age, Demetrius Andrade is not gonna win that fight. But if Demetrius Andrade is the same Demetrius Andrade, you know, from past to this day, I'm still riding with him. But if Demetrius ain't willing to move around that ring and not stand still, and this is the thing with this is what you need to do against David Benavidez. When David get close to you, clinch him. When David Benavidez gets close to you, clinch him. Because other than David Benavidez using all that hood, that flurry stuff, I don't see nothing spectacular about David Benavidez. And I'm just being real, you know, shout out to the Benavidez fans. I'm just keeping it one buck. I noticed that whenever Caleb Plant would let Benavidez get close to him, that's when he was dangerous. I think if you set up your offense on and you keep him away from you, and when he tries to come close, grab him. Clinch him, turn him, move, reset. But standing there and trying to give him them opportunities, David gonna get you. One thing I didn't see too, I didn't see David Benavidez slow down in that fight. You know, I was expecting him, you know, due to the fact that David Benavidez is actually a 175 pounder. I thought that, you know, it was going to slow him down in later rounds. He showed, but him and Caleb Plant had a rivalry. You know, they hated each other. You know, he said he was going to beat the hell out of Caleb Plant. But Demetrius Andrade going to have to use them legs, man. He going to have to outbox the hell out of him, clinch him. I got Andrade by split decision. Let me see. The only reason Jamel got the fight is because Canelo saw what Castano did to him and exposed him. Because I'm telling y'all, Charlo in some trouble, man. I ain't hating on the boy, nothing like that. That boy in some trouble. I know he undisputed. He undisputed at 154. Oh, you said him jab to the body. Andrade has to use that stab to the body. He gonna have to keep using it. Because if he lets David Benavidez get close to him, that boy hands fast like Andrew Ruiz at heavyweight. His hands is fast like Andrew Ruiz at heavyweight. It's gonna cause a lot of problems. But you know, Demetrius Andrade a different animal, man. He got an awkward style. He can punch. He's not a regular southpaw. You know, by I mean regular southpaw. Most southpaws just jab, jab, straight left hand. Jab, jab, left hand. Errol Spence, Devin Alexander. You know, Austin Trout. They don't throw no right hooks or nothing. Dude be right there in front of him. They'll throw a jab, keep with the left. Don't throw no hook. Demetrius Andrade he a different breed now. But I'm just worried about his age difference at this point. And of course we got Rougarou. Rougarou said he gonna hurt Devin Haney. Rougarou said he gonna hurt Devin Haney. And I believe him. I think I don't see. I think that Devin Haney and them giving, pushing the fight back all the way to December the 9th, it ain't gonna help him none. I think if Rougarou really get out there and train, bro, I know for a fact that he can hurt Devin Haney. You know what I'm saying? They say Bill was talking a lot of trash, saying that, Regis Prograis is gonna have to go to the hospital, this, that, and the other. But y'all just had hell with a 130-pound former southpaw, Lomachenko. Now I told y'all I feel that, Regis Prograis don't have enough in his arsenal, his bag of tricks to beat him, but Regis Prograis still got enough power to hurt the hell out of Devin Haney and possibly knock him out. You know what I'm saying? So Regis Prograis don't play, bro. I'm just gonna tell y'all. Y'all can sit up there, Devin Haney, masterclass boxer, respect to Devin Haney. If Regis see that boy bend over one time and look hurt, it's his ass. I'm telling y'all. If Regis see that boy legs shake one time, like when the Linares hit him, it's gonna look bad. I'm telling y'all. A lot of people talk about his last fight with Zorrilla. That man was at home. He was in front of his hometown crowd. That probably made him a little nervous. This, that, and the other. But Regis is a dog. Yeah, I respect Haney for taking this fight, but I think they took this fight because they saw the Zorrilla fight. They was like, oh, he easy. He ain't got no footwork. He ain't that fast like that. But now we gonna see. Can he cut off the ring effect versus Haney? I think so. He gonna have to. He gonna have to cut off that ring effect against Haney. But what do we know now? See, this is what people forgetting about Devin Haney. People will love wanna Devin this and Devin that, and what have we learned about Devin Haney? You take that jab, he becomes mediocre. Ain't we done learned that? Am I hating? Am I hating? If you take that jab away from Devin Haney, he becomes mediocre. I'm just saying. There's a blueprint now, because a lot of people still believe that Lomachenko beat him, and I'm one of them. Devin Haney, salute to you, black man, getting your bread, taking care of your family well, got a career. I love you, Devin Haney, but I just tell the truth on my channel. In my opinion, Lomachenko beat you. Loma beat you. But that's just my opinion. Everybody got one. You know what I'm saying? That's just me. That's just me. Then we got Shakur Stevenson. We can't forget Shakur Stevenson versus Edward Santos. That's gonna be a good fight. Never know what to expect with a power puncher like Edwin Santos. But Shakur got the skills to pay the bill. This is another fight right here. Miguel Berchelt and Oscar Valdez. Even though they didn't fought before, due to the fact that he got caught, using his tea, drinking herbal tea or whatever it is he say he was drinking, Oscar Valdez. Hold on. Was that Oscar Valdez? Yeah, that was Oscar Valdez. Talking about the tea, he should give Berchelt a rematch. That's only fair. You done took 2 losses. Berchelt, I don't know what he been doing since he lost to Valdez. Give the man, you know what I'm saying? Just like Cotto versus Antonio Margarito. Give the man the opportunity to redeem himself. Show the world that you didn't beat him from using steroids. If you beat him the second time, hey, it wasn't the steroids. It wasn't no juice. It wasn't nothing. But Burchell deserves a rematch against Oscar Valdez. Most definitely. That's a must. And if he don't want to do it, it shows, something went right with that fight. And then we got Navarrete versus Rob Conceição. I'm going for Robson Conceição. I think he's gonna beat Navarrete. Navarrete doesn't have any skill set, doesn't create distance. No, he just a brawler. Respect to him. I don't even really see how he beat Oscar Valdez. But Oscar Valdez was just head hunting and he ain't really having no game plan. But Robson, who really beat Valdez, let's not forget that. Robson Conceição, he beat Oscar Valdez. But they gave it to him because, at that time, Valdez, was the champion and this, that, and other. But I think Conceição gonna beat Conceição, however you say his name, Conceição, Robson Conceição, is gonna beat Navarrete. And I think it's gonna be bad too. I think it's gonna be bad, y'all. All the unorthodox, he got a different style than most fighters, but I don't think he's gonna be able to beat Conceição. I see Regis taking a piece out of Loma's book and rushing Haney with a high guard and taking away a jab. Or, stepping back slightly as Haney throwing that jab, then step in. He could do that. But once you take that jab from Devin Haney, that's it. WA, it was a draw with Lomachenko. Nah, that wasn't no draw. I watched that fight twice, and I went 7-5 for Lomachenko. And that's just my opinion. That may be wrong to some people, but I watched it twice. Twice. No bias talk, no nothing. And I went for Lomachenko for what I saw. Man, Virgil Ortiz, okay now. I have no idea, from my opinion, I think Virgil Ortiz kept trying to use some, and whatever he kept doing, the thing that they said was wrong with him just kept stopping him from trying to use something, and it did his body wrong. That's my opinion on it. I think Virgil Ortiz was trying to cheat. That's just my opinion. Conor Benn back too. I just seen that Conor Benn back. I will say this. I seen the highlights of Conor Benn fight last night. Conor Benn still look good. He still look. I didn't know he was a counterpuncher like he was. Still look strong. Don't look as fast as he once was or as ferocious. But Conor Benn showed me, in that fight that he still can bring something to the table. So I would like to see Conor Benn versus Boots. Boots. While you chasing the throne, that's a fight for you. Keith Thurman a fight for you. Many others will fight for Boots. Conor Benn. Conor Benn. I don't hear none of these American fighters talking about they want to fight Conor Benn, which I heard that him and Keith Thurman was supposed to fight before he got caught using steroids. Keith Thurman, Conor Benn. Conor Benn. What does Loma do now? Keep making him some money till he retire. Because I don't think he's going to ever be back lined up with Bob Arum. Bob Arum will push him up the ladder. He'll be fighting Shakur Stevenson or whoever become unified next. But Lomachenko getting old, so just keep making you some money, till your time up and go ahead on leave. Conor Benn always seems angry. I don't know why. You'll be angry too when people have found out you've probably been cheating half of your career. You've been using steroids half of your career. He'll probably be upset too. You'll be upset too once you've been found out to be a fraud. But he did look good last night. I seen the highlights of it. Still something to deal with. So my thing is Boots, Keith Thurman, all you fighters at 147, Danny Garcia's, all y'all chasing the throne. Conor Benn is still a hot name. Boots, you a hot name. That is a hell of a clash to see y'all two go at it. That would literally show that, okay, you deserve a shot at the throne. But people still talking about this Boots and Terrence Crawford, and we still ain't seen a rematch of him versus Errol Spence. Now, if he turned down that fight, or that fight don't happen, then hey, Boots, much respect to you. You deserve that shot. I ain't no hater of Boots. I just be talking about him saying that Boots do a lot of talking and ain't doing no walking. Okay, you beat Villa. Okay, Villa beat Rashidi Ellis. And Rashidi Ellis wasn't no former champion or nothing. Come on now. I keep telling people Boots went 12 rounds with a kickboxer and couldn't cut off the ring. Plus, he got beat up by one guy of Gary Rush Jr. brothers in the amateurs. Well, you know, Magnetic, you know how it be by there. I don't like to consider the amateurs. You know, nobody talks about the amateurs for real. Can't really bring that up. But these are fights that Boots can go after, man. You know what I'm saying? You sitting around talking about Terrence and you got even $1 million worth of game, keep bringing your name up, talking about Terrence, which I know they from Philadelphia. They want to see their Philly boy, you know, do something. You know, at the same time, y'all boy, $1 million worth of game ain't did nothing. Just cause he from Philly don't mean he deserve a title shot. That's just being real. Oh, that fight. Oh yeah, from the Canelo undercard. I'm picking Barrios to beat Usyk. Yeah, I'm picking Barrios to beat Usyk. Usyk sit back, he hesitates, he waits on people to try to counter, he try to counter people. But if you take the fight to Ugis, I'm sorry. If you take the fight to Ugis, I think he gonna come out victorious. Ugis got this. He sit and waits on his opponent to throw a punch and then he try to counter. He don't create distance. He stand there in front of you and become a punching bag. Mario Barrios is a Mexican fighter, which we know how my Mexican brothers and sisters get down that ring. They gonna throw them things. So if Ugis just standing there, and you know how he be fighting, he don't even have no high guard now. He be having his hands like this. I'm going for Mario Barrios in that fight. Mario Barrios with me. Who does Boots need to fight to certify his claim at 147? Keith Thurman, Conor Benn. Keith Thurman or Conor Benn. That's the name. Them two names right there. And Keith Thurman, my favorite fighter. I always say that. Conor Benn, Keith Thurman. I say, okay, Boots. There you go, Boots. Come on, Terrence. Come on, Terrence. And honestly, I still feel that Boots still ain't did enough if he was to beat one of them. But if he beat Keith Thurman, come on, Terrence, fighter. But Conor Benn, I say, respect now to you, Boots. You know what I'm saying? I say respect to you now. But if he beat Keith Thurman, oh, Terrence got to give him that shot. Terrence got to give him that shot. It ain't, well, Showtime should back his journey. Boots ain't making his own journey, though. Boots got to give him a reason to back his journey. You see what I'm saying? Am I black? Hold on, let me see. Yeah, I'm black. Yeah, I'm black. Why you asking am I black? Because I'm not holding. I don't do that on my channel. I go off my opinion and I give you the truth of my opinion. I don't care if you black, White, purple, or green? Oh, you saying that because I'm black, I'm supposed to be holding boots up on a pedestal? That's what you're saying? Oh, you saying Yugas probably because, Yugas is Cuban. Oh, you can't tell? Well, I'm sorry that you can't tell, my brother. Boxing has nothing to do with race or skin color. Has nothing to do with that. I know LDBC. LDBC, that's where you need to go. LDBC. You'll hear all the black, putting on pedestals. Go to LDBC. That's your channel, bro. That's what's best for you. But over here, we speak the truth. I tell my opinion of it. But I'm sorry you feel that way. What you want me to be holding a 40 ounce and you want to see a pistol on my hip or something like that? That'll prove to you I'm black? But no, we don't do that over here, bro. We go all pure, whatever you done in the sport, your skill set, what can you do? We just don't pick sides because we black over here. Okay? I'm sure you a Tank fan, ain't it? What you think about Frank Martin interview? How he get greeted after he agreed? It wasn't even the fact that I think he was greeted. I think Frank Martin just realized I'm fighting Shakur Stevenson, and if I'm gonna fight Shakur Stevenson, I want more money. It was a duck. Frank, let me tell you something. Frank Martin could address it and say it any way he like. You understand? He could say it any way he like, but Frank Martin know that was a duck. Edwin Santos just took the fight. Y'all think they had to go and argue with Edwin Santos, De Los Santos about fighting Shakur Stevenson? Did he say anything like, I want 50-50? I want this, I want that? No, De Los Santos said, bring Shakur Stevenson on. Frank Martin should have said, bring Shakur Stevenson's ass here. I don't care about nothing Frank Martin got to say. He ducked. Wakanda haven't got over the ass Bud put on Arrow. Man, all I gotta say is we gonna see another devastation if they fight again. That's all I gotta say. Y'all, we got 7 minutes left on the channel, y'all. 7 minutes left on the channel. I've been on for an hour. Y'all let me know what's up. Subscribe to the channel if you're new to the channel. Hit that like button. Donate to the channel. Go to Cash App. Show your boy Easy some love. We keep it 100 over here. We don't ride coattails over here, player. Frank Martin fights the same way. Yeah, Frank Martin is a limited fighter. He proved that in his last fight, with the guy he went them rounds with. And that guy, was a decent fighter. I think that dude was a known problem at that weight class. And that's what made it so difficult for Frank Martin. Even though he did come out there, he knocked the dude down, or, he made him drop down or whatever. But it still showed that Frank Martin, lacks a lot of stuff. So, of course, him going in there against Shakur Stevenson, we know he was going to lose. He knew he was going to lose. And that's why he went to Tom Basel. I feel like your biggest payday and you got an opportunity for a title. Your biggest payday and you got an opportunity for a title. You sit up here telling me, making all these excuses. Don't nobody want to hear that, Frank Martin. Nobody want to hear that. I ain't gonna lie. $1 million for Frank Martin, something he never made. Exactly. $1 million. You ain't never made $1 million. And you get a title shot? That boy didn't want no smoke. That's all that was. And everybody talk about, the reason he didn't take the fight because there's a possibility he was finna fight Tank. Tank them and his team come right back out there and say, ain't nothing like that happening. Frank ducked. That's all it is, y'all. It ain't no way around it. Respect to Frank Martin. You get in your ring, bro. I ain't calling you, no disrespect. As a fighter, when we talk about this boxing, bro, you didn't want to go out there and get no smoke. You make all the excuses you want about you. Frank is not a name enough to tell Shakur Stevenson he won 50-50. Shakur has been a champion in 2 different weight classes and was unified in his last. How the hell you gonna tell me you won't have? Don't nobody even really know you for real. The only thing people know about Frank Martin is that he Errol Spence fighter. The only thing people know about Frank Martin is that he's Errol Spence's fighter. And you talking about you deserve 50-50. Get the hell, you ain't never won a title, boy. You ain't never won a title. The hell make you think you deserve 50-50? That's what I was just saying about Wilder versus Ruiz. Yeah, Andy Ruiz deserved 50-50. He had more belts than Wilder. He beat an opponent that you ain't fought, Joshua. He the first Mexican heavyweight champion ever. Hell yeah, he deserved 50-50. But Frank Martin, Negro, please. Negro, please. I didn't even know he fought his last fight. I didn't even know he was fighting. But you deserve 50-50? Okay. Thank God for fighters like Edwin De Los Santos. Edwin De Los Santos, we love you. You're a real fighter. You're a real fighter. Edwin De Oh, this is something I seen too, y'all. I gotta talk about this. We got about 3 minutes left. How is Ryan Garcia ranked high above most fighters in 140? I seen Ryan Garcia ranked amongst fighters who been at 140. How in the hell is that? How is Ryan Garcia ranked against fighters who have fought at 140? I saw that and I was like, no, that can't be true. That cannot be true. But, that's how the game go. That's how the game go. But y'all, we coming down to the last 2 minutes, baby. Last 2 minutes. Rock with your boy Easy. I just get on here and I tell y'all the truth. That's all I can do in my opinion. I ain't no boxing expert, but I've been watching it since I was 8 years old, and I love this sport. And I'm gonna give you nothing but the fair and square of it. You understand me? That's all I can do. That's all I could do. But y'all, it's time for your boy Easy to head on up out of here. Share the videos, let people hear about Easy work. Let people get to know Easy work. Mention my name on all your boxing groups. When you go to your boxing channels, tell them check out your boy Easy. And I just thank y'all for y'all. Do I think Alabama can make the playoffs? I don't even watch football. I don't watch football at all. Alabama need to do what they gonna do at the end of the day. I know one thing. I should have betted on that Oregon versus Colorado game because I told my brother, and I don't even watch football. And he was like, I'm telling you, they gonna beat. I said, bro, they ain't got no defense for no Oregon. They just went head to head with Colorado State. You think they gonna beat Oregon? But that's football. I don't really watch it. I love the sport of boxing. And I thank y'all for tuning in, man. You know what I'm saying? I thank y'all for tuning in. I love y'all. If don't nobody love you, Easy love you. This your boy Easy, and I'm out, man.